Hafaday, and thank you for joining me today. We'll go ahead and get started. Happy National Veteran Small Business Week to you and to all the veterans out there that are watching. So if you can tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Sure. My name is Ennis Hooker, or EJ, as I like to be called, and this is my wife and partner,
Naoko.
Hooker, and we are the owners of Hooker's Fusion, which is a combination of Japanese and soulful cuisine.
Awesome.
So that's what we do. I am a veteran of the United States Navy. My job was operations specialist. I did that for 20 years, and I specialized in mostly scheduling for the like the services that needed scheduling, like operations. For example, the SEALs, which we have a group on island, I would schedule their operation practices, things of that nature. That was one of my main jobs.
Awesome. And what led you to Guam? How did you end up
What
on
led me
Guam?
to Guam was that we were in Japan before. As a matter of fact, we still have a house in Japan in Tokyo, and they had a big old earthquake in November of 2011, and they evacuated us here to Guam. Me and my whole crew, my whole. I was with the air crew at that time, CVW-5, and they evacuated us all here for 6 weeks. I fell in love with the island, and I thought it was be a good compromise when I retired. So 4 years, zoom past 4 years later, I retired here on Guam.
Awesome. So what inspired you? What inspired you to start your small business?
I forgot the phrase that people use when your kids are out of the house. What's that phrase? You remember? It's not like
my kids are still young, so
I forgot. There's a phrase that's used that when the kids are out of the house. But anyway, it'll come to me later. Basically, I had retired, and my wife loves to cook, and she cooks very well. And it was just me and her in the house, and I'm like, who's coming over for dinner? She would cook because she's used to cooking for 6, 7 people. We have all this delicious food and no one to eat it but me. And as you can see, I don't have a problem eating a little extra. So I was like, we either go into business or I'm gonna be 400 pounds pretty soon. So we decided to go into business.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
What are some insights that you've learned when you started your business?
We learned that basically all the insights that you need to learn will come as you go along. An entrepreneur is pretty much just a person who does transactions with other people. I mean, we all do transactions, some 10, dozens of times, some people hundreds of times a day. It's just a matter of making those transactions work for you. And that's basically what we do. We make transactions work for us. We got a lot of good advice and help from you guys. You guys set us on the right path. Miss Jane Ray, she was a great help. She helped us with formulating our business plan and formulating what we really like to get into and what our objectives were, what was important to us as a business. And we just took off from there. Obviously, we have a food box now, but we didn't have that before. We just started off with an idea, and she helped us out with all of that.
That's awesome. Yes, that's definitely what the Guam SBDC is here to do. We're here to, help small business owners to start, and if they're existing, we hope to help them grow as well. So
you guys helped us out so much. I can't even begin to say how much you guys helped us out. You helped us out so much.
Well, thank
you
very much.
Just with the confidence too. It's like, yeah, you guys can do it. Don't worry about it. You got this. So that in itself is a big help,
Yes, for sure. We hope to be that extra push to just make you, realize that, yes, this is something that you can do. This is something anybody can do if they just put their mind to it and their hard work and have a plan, right? So thank you very much for always coming over to the Guam SBDC for your advice, for our advice and everything.
Oh, thank you. But like you asked before, what are some of the things that we started off with that we maybe didn't know too much about? Some insights we found out is that, just small things from the biggest to the smallest is that you just got to go out and do it. And, you can't
Mhm.
really anticipate the problems that you will have. Don't get too high when things go well, and don't get too low when things don't go so well. Just
Right.
maintain a level, demeanor, and then, and try your best. And that's what we do. We have four basic principles for our business. We like to keep the food, you know, fairly inexpensive, reasonable right now, like
Yeah.
reasonable, nice tasting, convenient for people. And we like to have you have a good time, have a good experience with us. That's our basic tenets. And from there, it's work.
And that's what keeps the customers coming back. So that's
That's
great.
what keeps them coming back. That's what, yeah, and we have a few other side things that we go by. Like, for example, try to be a little different. Because some people, when they go out or if they're coming off from work, sometimes they don't like eating the same things. We have a lot of different but really tasty dishes that we do. So that's one thing that's really good. That's in our favor. And we try to have a good time, keep the music flowing, and just give the people of Guam what they're giving us, a little dose of nice hospitality.
That's awesome. So basically expanding your menu, creating new specialty dishes, just that from the normal is what's helping you guys continue on, right?
Definitely. My wife is she's fanatical. She's always in the kitchen working different menus, seeing what different things that we could do. We originally started off with rice, then we went off to a yakisoba, and then we tripped over a sauce that's
Oh,
really, really good that we can put with most things. And that's our base for many of the dishes that we do now. I
might
now
have to.
started doing kimchi. I know you probably mentioned it later on. What kind of things has COVID given us
Uh-huh.
in a positive way? I learned how to do some screaming kimchi, so I'm excited about that.
Nice. You might have
Yeah,
to manufacture that sauce pretty soon and that
I think
kimchi.
so. We've been thinking about that. We got the kimchi and the sauce. They're
There
two
you
different
go.
things. Yeah, yeah.
So way to expand. So that's awesome. Congratulations on that. Exciting
Thank you.
news.
Thank you.
And that's just one other way that you can get your customers coming back to you, because you do provide that unique flavor that they desire, right? So great.
Exactly.
What are
Exactly.
some challenges that you've maybe encountered when starting that you didn't anticipate?
What kind of challenges did we have, Malcolm? What was difficult at first? Um,
Mm,
you don't know what you don't know, right? So some things that we didn't think about was like we didn't know how difficult the licensing. We didn't know how much that was going to cost. The different permits. We
mhm.
didn't anticipate, that being as difficult as it was. But we got a lot of good guidance from you guys again. And one of the check marks uh, in getting a permit here on the island is that you should go to you guys to make sure we have all our ducks in a row, and that's exactly what we did. We went to you guys. We got a signature from you guys, a telephone call, and that helped us out along the way. Different things. It's certain things you don't anticipate happening. Like, for example, we didn't know what was on the palate of your average Guam person. You have to sort that out. Do they like this? Do they not like that? So that was kind of difficult, right? Now, anything else?
Hmm.
I think
Yeah,
as a
that's pretty much it for now. I mean, anticipating what the menu will be. That's kind of an obstacle. How much it will cost vis-a-vis to the customer, vis-a-vis how much it costs to us. That's always a difficult balance. We don't want to make it too cheap.
Mhm.
You don't want to make it too expensive. That's always a difficult
right.
thing to keep up.
But just kind of studying your customers' behaviors and they're getting maybe a survey of their opinions on the prices or the food items might help to determine all of that. So
Definitely, and that comes with experience. we always, as a rule, try to lowball it first and see how that went. And then if we needed to, then we kind of increase the price according to our competition or what the market made available to us. So
Right.
that's our general rule. We try to make it as cheap as possible, for the customer, because we have a lot of kids from UOG. We got a contract with UOG, so we had a lot of kids who didn't have a lot of money. So that was one way we can keep them coming.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And yep, just, you
Thank
got to just kind of figure it out, right? Along the way. And you guys are doing a great job at that. I'm sure you have a good following. I know that they do the food trucks at the Agana, right?
Yep.
So I'm sure you guys do that Thursday nights. I see a lot of food trucks
Yep.
down there. And so that's good.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So being in the military as a veteran, it's obviously taught you, how to deal with unforeseen circumstances. So how has that experience with being in the military helped you to deal with the current issue of the pandemic of the COVID-19? And what are some ways that your business has kind of pivoted and been creative and maybe adapted to change your operations before to adapt to the current pandemic and the requirements?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. As I mentioned earlier, I was into operations before. My job in the Navy was an operations specialist. So it helped me schedule different things for different groups on the island. And a lot of times when you schedule, it doesn't come out as planned. And some of those things carried over, specifically when we're talking about the COVID crisis that we have here and on the main island. You have to excuse my dogs. I got a lot of dogs.
That's okay.
But yeah, it's definitely a rural neighborhood here. But some of the things that we turned around or pivoted, as you say, to our benefit is that we needed to, from a daily grind, it's very difficult to get certain small things done. We always have a honey-do list. So we got to take care of some of the things on our honey-do list. We got the truck better off. We equipped it with better things. We made an awning. We bought a truck for it. We bought a brand new truck so we don't have to go out and outsource the way we had our box transported. That's the way we did it before. But now we have our own truck and we can transport it anytime we want. So that's been a really big help. And we just got a lot of stuff taken care of. I could go into details like, we got a new hot water heaters, new, air conditioners, new signs, a whole host of things that we were able to do because we did have this time available to us that we would not have had otherwise.
Right. Okay. So you were able to make improvements on the truck itself, get better equipment to better service your clients and your customers then.
Exactly. And like I said, my wife is always making up new, recipes and new food items on the menu. So that's almost like a daily thing. So I try to stay competitive with her. And like I said mentioned before, I got this kimchi that's just screaming. So I'm excited to see what we can do, what kind of meals we can collaborate with the new additions that we have.
Awesome. So what are your hours of operation? Are you guys open right now? Where can customers find you if they need to?
Well, we still do have a few more renovations to do on the truck, so we're not open right this second, but
Okay.
we anticipate being open in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be going back, as you mentioned before, we'll be going down to Agana, down to across the street from Chamorro Village. We'll be going back down there, and then we'll be working on Tuesday night markets at the old Dayton flea market. We have a lot reserved there, and we'll probably go back to the Saturday, Sunday new flea market. And for the flea market times, they're like from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. The old Daily No Flea Market is from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And you can find us all hours of the day when we go down to Agana. We haven't really set those dates yet, but they'll be coming, like I said, depending on the renovation schedule. We anticipate being down in Agana 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay. And if your customers want to know when you're going to be opening up again, where can they find you?
They can find us at, let's see here. Oh, I was supposed to transition into a nice, smooth way that you can find us here. Can you see that?
There you go. That is all their social media channels and their phone number. So please make sure that you're following Hooker's Fusion so that you can get the latest information on when they're planning to reopen. Thank you very much. Okay.
Awesome. Wasn't that a smooth transition?
Okay, so as we wrap up, would you have any advice to give to any new aspiring entrepreneurs or any veteran entrepreneurs out there that are looking to try and start their own business?
What kind of advice would you give?
New stuff. Just wanna do it, so just do it.
Just go out and
Yeah.
do it, you know. Don't think too much on it. Don't worry about the mistakes or the problems that might come ahead. Yes, you do want to plan to a certain degree. Don't get me wrong, but you just got to go out there. You just got to be available to the mistakes. Be available to the future. You know, that's how we look at life. You know what? Would you rather before? Like 30 years ago, yes, I'm that old. 30 years ago, I was a bartender in a spot, and I did really good for that spot, but you can only go so high. Vis-a-vis today, the sky's the limit for us. When we do well, we cover all our costs and our labor costs. Hey, the sky's the limit. There's no limit to the profit that you can make. You can't really say that working for someone else, you know. I mean, and when things go bad, we're in our 50s. We don't really need the boss to tell us, "Hey, you messed that up." We know when we messed up. So
you're your own boss, so you can just run with the mistakes. Yes.
We don't need any, comments from someone else saying, "Hey, you need to do better next time." We know. We know what we need to do, you know.
So just basically go out and do it. Whoever is looking to start a business.
Go out and do it. It's a frame of mind. Being an entrepreneur is a frame of mind. And we have to say now that we are on our own. It's a little scary at first because everyone's used to working for the man, right? But once you get off the man's claws, and you're on your own, we would never go back. We would never go back to something else, because we got so many things available to us now. The future's, if you believe in hope, the future's wide open. Even though this is a difficult situation on Guam and the tourist situation is at one of the all-time lows, there's always hope. There's always, and if you stay healthy, you stay according to the guidelines that the CDC has set towards us, there's no reason why you shouldn't look towards the future as being nothing but positive. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you very much for being so inspiring. And yes, you guys look like you're doing great, and we're excited to see your future success for your business. Thank you also, Mr. Hooker, for your service in the Armed Forces, in the Navy. And again, we just wish you guys continued success. Happy National Veterans Small Business Week to you.
Thank you. I just wanted to add to the veterans out there who think about going out and doing it. Hey, you guys and ladies, that, if you can do it for your country, you can definitely do it for yourself. So get on out there. There's a lot of support available for you, especially with this organization. Just come on. Let's join us. We definitely encourage you.
Thank you very much. You guys have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
All righty.